Back on our shop setup on Woodworking with Wes. We've got our table saw all done. We did that in our last video and we've got everything all ready to go on that. Now we've got to hook up some dust collection to it. So let's get started putting a little dust collector on our table saw. We went shopping for our dust collector and we found the best price on a small one at Harbor Freight. So we purchased. We're going to get ready to assemble this and put it together. Brand new dust collector. Let's take a look. We've unpacked. Looks like everything's here. We're going to go ahead and assemble it. We'll see you on the other side of assembly and see how it looks. Okay, we've just completed the assembly of our dust collector. As you can see, it went together really nice. Now I want to talk a little bit about that. It took us about an hour and 15 minutes to put it together. We didn't have any issues with how it went together. All of the parts were there. We had seen a video on assembly. We decided not to include that in our video, how to assemble it. But there are videos on YouTube how to assemble a Harbor Freight 2 horsepower dust collector. Nobody wants to see me do that anyway. But anyway, we have it all together. Works great. Let's turn it on and make sure. That's a pretty nice little dust collector for the price. It was just a little over $200, and like I say, as we went shopping, this was the best value we could find for a dust collector. Now I want to talk about placement in the shop. We had an outlet right here, and we were originally going to put our dust collector right here so that it would be easy access while we worked on the table saw. But then we realized that it was almost more in the way than it was convenient. So we decided to see what we could do about placing it a better place. And I'm going to show you what we came up with. We decided to move our dust collector over here to the corner. We're going to run an extension cord from our plug there, and we are going to put us a trunk line along the floor. Now, just so you know, every shop space has to have wood storage. This is going to be our full 4x8 sheet wood storage on this wall. We're going to be able to stack 2 stacks of 4x8 sheets side by side so that we can move them back and forth as we need to, as we're working on projects. Having the dust collector right there really was in the way. So by moving it down here to the corner, it's out of the way. We free up our wall for our wood storage. It's very convenient. We went to our local big box store. We bought a couple of 10-foot pieces of 4-inch sewer line. We're going to cut that to length. We're going to run it from our dust collector back underneath our table saw, and then we're going to hook up a junction, a Y junction, to our flex tube and go to our table saw, and then off to our miter saw station. Want you to make sure that you watch. That's going to be our next video, is our miter saw station. But let's go ahead and finish getting our dust collector hooked up today so that we're ready to go on our table saw. Ready to do our trunk line, we measured the distance from our dust collector to underneath our saw as 13.5 feet. The sewer pipe came in 10-foot lengths. So we're going to set our sewer pipe up on our table saw. We're set our fence at 3.5 feet, and we're just going to cut our sewer pipe right on our table saw against our push fence. I'll show you how we do that. We're just going to lay this up here like this. I'm going to move it forward and spin it around. Ready, steady, go. Okay, we're ready to connect that, and then we'll put it down there. Just watch as we go through, and we'll get our trunk line put in place. Okay. We have attached our two pieces of black sewer pipe together with a collar. We've duct taped our joints just to make sure that we don't have any air leakage. We put an elbow at this end and attached a flex tube so that we can hook our flex tube to our dust collector. Also duct taping our joints to make sure that we don't have any leakage in our suction from our dust collector. We're going to go ahead and install this much of our dust collector now. All right, now when we stack our wood against the wall, because we're going to be leaning it against the wall, this pipe will not be in the way at all. It'll be really kind of hidden from view and be the perfect way to extend our dust collector out to the corner. Let's crawl underneath the saw. We're getting ready to attach our junction to our end of our sewer pipe. This part goes in the end of the sewer pipe, but because of where it is under the saw, we're not going to be able to get my fat face and the video camera in there at the same time, so we'll go ahead and hook it up and see how it works afterwards. Connecting with our dust collector here, we have our flex tube tied into our dust collector. We've got our trunk line run. We've got our heavy-duty extension cord so that we have good power to our dust collector. Come around this side of the table saw. We're connected up to the table saw. And this is the line that will go to our miter saw station. We'll cut it to length when we install our miter saw station. Look forward to that video. That's coming up next. We're going to have a really cool miter saw station, so get ready for that. That's going to be a great video. That's our next one up. And we'll see you then on Woodworking with Wes.